Hi, I'm Becky Johnson with Sweetheart Quilt Design Company, and we're here today. We're going to talk about what do you do when you open up a pattern and it has templates in it. And you've got a template of a triangle and it says to cut out 50 of these. And we all know that that's just to place a template there is not gonna, be on straight grain and all that kind of stuff. So what do? So there's 3 different things that I do in different situations. The first one I do is try and find a ruler that fits it. So I found this. It's a 45-degree ruler, and you lay it on there and it fits perfectly. So now I've got a ruler to use instead of my template. With this one, I have this easy angle ruler, and by laying this on here, then I could get the measurement and know how wide of a strip to cut so that I could use the ruler to cut triangles out of a strip. So like that. So that worked out really easily. And then I kept everything on grain. Now, sometimes you can't find a ruler. Oh, I wanted to show you this other one. This is my all-time favorite template set, the Sashing Stars set. And I have been able to, with things that have angles like this, a lot of times I've been able to use this template and the templates that go with it to cut those out. So that's a good suggestion, good idea. Now, I had a quilt that I was making and I needed to cut out a shape like this. So rather than search for a ruler, I wasn't going to use it very many times. So I just photocopied it and cut it out. And then what you do is you measure this, cut out a strip of fabric that wide, get handy dandy double-sided tape. This is removable double-sided tape, so it comes back off. And then you just take a piece of double-sided tape, put it on the back, and then you cut a strip of fabric that wide. And then you can just put it down, take your ruler, trim that side, your ruler this way, trim this side, you can pick it up, turn it the other way to cut it, and keep rotating it. The reason I use the double sticky tape is because these static cling. They want to stick to your ruler, they want to stick to the fabric, they bounce all over the place. It's really difficult to set something like this on a piece of fabric and get it to stay put, especially when you have to keep moving your ruler. So if you have to keep going like this. So this is staying put because I put the double sticky tape on the back. So that's a good way to do it. Now sometimes you have to be able to see through the template, but you need the markings on the pattern. We'll use this triangle just as an example. So they make this template plastic, and what I like to do when I'm using one of these, I'll take, and I'm doing a triangle, I'll take and line up the 2 sides and then use my ruler and draw these lines in ink, the outside line that I'm going to cut with scissors, and then use it to do the seam lines and the grain line. You need the seam lines because sometimes when you're cutting something, you need to know where it's going to be placed after you sew it in. So then on this quilt, here's the border fabric that I was using to cut these out of. And there's 2 seams right here. So you can see this little piece right here is cut out like that. Okay. And like this. All right. So I needed to be able to see it. I needed it straight. So I drew my little triangle on the corner of the template plastic. And then I took my double sticky tape and put it on the top of the template and stuck it to my ruler. If you try and use this template plastic as if it were a ruler, you'll find out real quickly that your rotary cutter will cut right through it. And it'll trim it and all sorts of stuff. So it's fairly frustrating to use. But if you do it this way, it works nicely. So I had my lines drawn. I had my center point. I could see all the things I needed to see through my ruler. And I could see the design through the ruler with good light. So I would know what I was cutting. So I could do that over and over again. And that worked really nicely. I tried it without the double sticky tape, and I thought I was going to pull my hair out. So now I always make sure I've got double sticky tape. Anyway, have fun with that. Hope it helps you out. Talk to you soon.